welcome back to my channel. You'll have to excuse my voice. I'm a little bit sick right now. Welcome to day 11, I believe it's day 11, of YouTober. I hope you guys have been enjoying all of the videos thus far. Today's video is a really exciting one. As you probably already know from the title, we're going to be making some super yummy recipes and we're going to be baking and it's going to be so much fun. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe, and if you haven't already, be sure to follow my Instagram and my Twitter, which I'll put right here. I'm posting a bunch of fall photos right now, so definitely be sure to go check that out. And other than that, if you guys want to see some really yummy baking recipes for the fall/Halloween time, then just keep watching. First recipe I have to show you guys is for these super yummy pumpkin muffins, and then I ended up making it with a vegan coconut milk icing. I would sit here and riddle off the whole recipe for you guys, but I feel like that would just be super repetitive and kind of annoying. So I put the whole recipe up on the screen here. The only part of the recipe that I didn't put up is how to make the coconut milk icing, which is super duper easy. All you have to do once you bake, before you even bake, sorry, is the night before, take a can of full fat coconut milk and make sure you pop it in the fridge. And yeah, I'm getting way ahead of myself telling you guys this now, but you'll see what I mean. And then I just whisked it up with a little bit of icing sugar and then added it on top of these muffins. But yeah, it's a super easy recipe, and these are really, really good for breakfast in the fall time or for packing up and bringing for your lunch as well. So at this point in the recipe, you could just add a full can of pumpkin puree, but just to get a little bit of extra sweetness, and because I figured why not, it couldn't be any worse tasting, I decided to add a can of pumpkin pie filling instead, and then of course just added it to the little muffin cups and popped it in the oven at 350 for about 20 to 25 minutes, or whenever you can stick a toothpick through. And then, as I already explained to you guys before, I just went ahead and mashed up some of the coconut milk that I put in the fridge overnight. Just make sure you get rid of the actual coconut water on the bottom. Whisk this up with a little bit of icing sugar, and that's all you have to do. Next recipe I have to show you guys is for this really easy apple crisp, and all I'm going to do is start by cutting up 4 generally big apples. You can use whatever favorite apples you guys have, but I like these little like red and green ones that you would get from like right off the bat. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. So go ahead and put them in a tray, and then I sprinkled some cinnamon on top as well as some brown sugar and baked it for about 15 minutes at 350 degrees, and then went ahead and made the crisp part. Now if you want to use granola instead of oats, that's what I usually do, but I didn't have granola on me this day. I just find it makes the apple crisp a little crunchier, but if you'd rather it be a little less crunchy, then go ahead and use oats instead of the granola. That's all there is to the super yummy apple crisp, and I highly recommend eating this with some coconut ice cream. It is so flippin' good. And also, what is there not to love about mini pumpkin pies, guys? This is like the lazy girl hack. This is going to be the laziest recipe, so if you guys don't want to do any of the other ones, this one's super easy. So I found these ready crust grams from Loblaws. It was like my local superstore, but I'm sure you guys can find them, and they're actually vegan. But if you want an actual vegan pie crust recipe, I'm going to leave one down below for you guys if you can't find these little graham pies, but they are vegan, and so is the pumpkin pie filling, so it's honestly the easiest thing that you will ever see. I just figured I'd put a lazy girl recipe in here for those of you guys that maybe don't really want to bake that much, and then I popped a bit of that cold coconut icing on top as well. How you came by your broken heart. then last but not least are these super yummy salted caramel fudge brownies. So again, I'm going to leave the full recipe right up on the screen for you guys because I don't want to like list it off and be repetitive. But yes, this recipe is super, super easy. Just make sure you make a really big batch of the caramel sauce, which is what I'm making right now on screen, because once you make the caramel sauce, you have to add quite a bit of it to the cocoa and the flour to get it to be a bit more of like a fudgy texture. So I suggest at the very end, I ended up making up a little bit extra and then drizzling it on top of the brownies, but that's totally up to you guys. I just figured it would be a nice little reminder because I ended up using the whole first batch of the salted caramel in the like flour and the powder. Good tip for these brownies is to add a little bit of almond milk until you get the consistency of the batter that you want. It depends on how dense you want the brownies to be. Then go ahead, put them in a pan and just use a spoon to kind of pat it down and then pop it in the oven, and that's all you have to do. And then I drizzled a little bit of the extra salted caramel on top, and that was it. So those were all of the recipes that I had to show you guys, and these brownies were so friggin' delicious. They were super sticky and fudgy and so good. To show you guys today. Be sure to let me know down below if you guys plan on trying any of them out, and other than that, I will see you guys all in tomorrow's video. Bye guys.